Hi guys, how is everyone? I almost forgot to hit the go live button because I was reading the comments, but I was like, I need to do something. So yeah, it's still so hot in here. I hope you guys have, a bit more manageable weather. I mean, I'm not really complaining. It's summer finally, but yeah, it's kind of really hot right now. And we are, there's quite a lot of people already. So hi, Govinda. Hi, Gerald. Hi, Scott. Hi, Nancy. And yeah, I think I said everyone's name right. And hello, everyone who's going to watch the replay. Thank you so much for stopping by. And please leave any guidebook recommendation in the comments down below because we are always happy to hear them. Okay, you have a, okay, Gypsy Heart Tarot Govinda has a new intro. Am I getting that right? Or, yes, I'm going to link, Gerald, your live when we are finishing off. I already saved the link for the live. So anyone who wants to, hop on from my live to Gerald's live, you can, just easily do that because I will provide links. But what I wanted to say, have you guys heard the new Ed Sheeran song, Bad Habit? I have that song on repeat since yesterday. Because before we start talking about guidebooks, I just want to ask, how are you guys? While I'm drinking some water, tell me, guys, how are you? Awesome! Gypsy Heart Tarot finally started the channel. I will go and check it out for sure. I think we're all gonna be at that live as well. Oh no, I mean, getting letters from the US is not that fast. I mean, I got my Robert Oster one from Australia and it was sent, I think it was sent 3 weeks ago, and it's priority and everything. And usually overseas letters reach me within 2 or 3 weeks. That's the average time for a letter, unless it got lost, because sometimes that happens, but hopefully it's not going to this time. So what I wanted to say, yeah, so, okay. Almost rainbow, unfortunately not completely rainbow rug, but yeah, that would be so much nicer actually. Hi there, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path. I'm sorry I don't know your name, but if you let me know. I mean, I've seen a lot of people backing the Little Buddha Tarot. So Jamie? Is Jamie Wandering Mountain Bardic Path? Because that's a mouthful. I'm making notes. I'm learning from Gerald. I'm making notes. Because I'm really bad with names. So I'm sorry if I forgot your name. It's not because I don't like you. It's because my brain doesn't compute names for some reason. Yes, Jamie. Okay. That's a really nice name. I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna put this away. So to be honest, this is not going to be a stream. I think most of you who came by before know that I'm not here sitting here preaching that I know the answers to the questions. But I was thinking because, oh, and I forgot to take that away, of course. Why would I remember to take out the one that made me, want to talk about guidebooks? Because that would be, logical. Oh yeah, I know. I mean, I can understand, but I made notes with the correct spelling. Hopefully you won't be able to hear it. So yeah, I kind of got the Mermaid Tarot for summer, and it comes with this big chunky guidebook. Hi, Richard or Richie. I never know. I mean, I've seen people use both, but I just, you know, I don't want to call you Richie unless, you know, or should I say Lord? So this was the guidebook that I was like, oh, this is such a good guidebook. You know, I want to talk about other guidebooks that are really cool. So what I wanted to say, I completely forget, but either it's not an answer though. give me a preference. First, let's talk about how we approach guidebooks. And I was doing this because then it keeps my name. So, you know, if someone new comes in, they will know. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like a chunky one, but it has illustrations. Like almost all cards are full page sized, and the text doesn't really takes up this the page. So to be honest, this could be shrunken down. Okay, Richie. Okay, hi Sarah. So, but it's a really good one, and I made notes and stuff like that, and that made me think about, you know, guidebooks. And I've heard recently that a lot of people are not even reading the guidebooks at once. So I mean, looking down the comments if you see me do that. So I was thinking about, you know, how do you guys approach guidebooks? Do you always read them first before using the decks, or you're like me and impatient and want to get the deck out and play with it, and then at some point read the guidebook? How do you do that? Because I noticed that this is, you know, such a personal topic. You can drink with me. I mean, look at that. It has rainbow and watermelon. Because I kind of like, if I could do it in a way that I would do it, you know, the perfect way, I would read the guidebook, then take up the deck. But impatient is my middle name. Plus, I have a thing like I need to be able to make notes, because I always have that itch, you know, that, oh, it's gonna be a great book, so I will have to make notes, otherwise I forget everything. And that kind of makes me delay a lot of reading, because I'm always like, but I can't do that in my bed, you know, before sleeping, because I can't make notes when I'm doing like that. So I have to do that at the table. And when I'm at the table, I'm doing 100 other things than reading guidebooks. Cool. I mean, I was thinking we could talk about guidebook recommendations at the later part. And I will try to make notes about guidebook recommendations, because I have my Lamy Safari Dark Lilac, which I love. So I have to make notes now, because I'm not going to rewatch myself. Okay, so anyone, how do you approach? Do you make notes? Yeah, that's what I'm kind of wanting to ask. You know, do you make notes, or are you able to just read through and store the information in your memory? Because I wish I would be able to do that. Or if you have, you know, tips and tricks, how do you, you know, how do you handle them? How do you keep the information? Then please share those as well. Yeah, I got Gerald. I saw that yesterday. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday, right? During the Three Fat Readers. That's something else. Three Fat Readers live stream. That there are some people who completely gets words. It's a heat wave. I can't function. So yeah, they get rid of the guidebooks, and I don't understand. I mean, if I don't like the deck, I will get rid of the guidebook, but with the deck. So, okay, let's do this because it's so much easier. So Richie reads them much late, sometimes never. I mean, I'm trying to do my best, but there are quite a few guidebooks even here that I haven't managed to read through for the aforementioned reasons. I mean, that's good because you at least, you know, do them before playing with the cards. Now I know how it feels when the chat jumps. Read the instruction. That's cool. I mean, I do my walkthroughs, the first impression ones, without knowing anything. And when I start working with the deck, I'm like, so my question during the walkthrough is answered in the first page, but I don't want to spoil myself, so I don't do that. So that was a recommendation already. I made notes, so it's going to be in the description down below later. That's interesting. I must keep my... Yeah, I mean, I have my working decks over here, and I have the guidebooks out as well, for almost all the decks. I digest a part of the book not related to cards, then play with the deck, then dive into the book where needed. Interesting. I don't think I would be able to, you know, just, hi Simon, you know, just not read from the whole, I mean, from the whole, for not read the whole book. Like I said, it's a heat wave. I can't speak. Because yesterday someone mentioned that at the Three Fat Readers live stream, I can't remember who was it, that they don't read books cover to cover, and I guess I have an issue, not issue, but I guess I have a problem because I kind of have to read everything if it's a good one. I guess if I don't like it, no, with guidebooks I still read them because I want to know, you know, if there's any extra information in the guidebook that I need to know. It's just easier because I don't make a lot of notes. Oh, wait, I jumped. But yeah, I don't highlight in my, you know, books. I don't write in any of them. I only wrote in my textbooks. In university, I never touch. I'm very, very book snobbish about this. So I think, yeah, this was the one that I missed. People, how do you write in the books? I mean, obviously, you know, it's just me, so I'm not, even though I sound judgy, I'm not judging you, I swear. It's your book. I'm just silently crying for the book, but okay. Yeah, I mean, that's why I make notes, because I have that thing when I mean, I don't have my tarot notes. I can't point in camera. This is the green one, my tarot notes, and I kind of like having everything in just one place. So I always make notes about. So I have it set up in a way that I have all the cards separately, and I make notes regarding the different decks under each section. So when I, you know, when I pull a card and I have issue, I'm not looking for it in the guidebook section, whatever, but I look it up at the page for that specific card, and that's good for me because I reread all the other info as well when I just, you know, looking for something related to that specific deck. Okay. Hope I'm not missing anyone coming in. Yes, same. I always add this as an extra point in, you know, how happy I am with a guidebook if they have some specific extra spreads, because 9 and 3 card spreads are very good for newbies. Obviously, I was that just about a year ago, but once you read 2 or 3 guidebooks, you want something special. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're different. I'm that one, you know, who tries to read a book in, you know, very carefully so it doesn't rip and stuff like that. I mean, my first edition Harry Potter books are still in very good condition because I'm just like, eh. And it's interesting because I like buying used books, so I don't mind when you can see that they were used. But with my own, I always try to be, I don't know, a bit anal, I guess. Yeah, and I think for a lot of decks, there's just so much in the guidebook because, and I really like it, you know, when the artwork itself is explained and not just described, because the Ostara Tarot has a guidebook where they describe sort of the card, but they don't explain why they did a specific way interpreting the card, and some of them are really different from the Rider-Waite-Smith, which is kind of like the deck is based on. So those are the ones that I would really appreciate, you know, extra info on why they were chosen those specific illustration. I mean, I'm all for stationery, because the letter I showed you guys, I don't know if you use Robert Oster's ink. Look at that, so pretty. But they are coming out with new paper, fountain pen. I guess, I mean, it should be fountain pen friendly paper. And I just got a few samples, so I will be testing them. I mean, I'm not saying I do, though I'm better with that than some people, for sure. Yes. I mean, even if I just wanted to, you know, say that even if something sounds like I'm 100% like, this is the right way, it's not. It's just for me, you know. Yeah, even if they are textbooks, because for me, textbooks are completely different. Ooh, yes, same. I have this is my favorite. It's a cat paw. I don't know if you can, you know, see it. It's a cat paw stamp, which I use with my own letters. Okay, so let's see this one. Have I bookmarks too? Yeah. I mean, I just was asking because this was the guidebook that I got, textbook, I would say, for the first deck that I learned with, the Kazanlar Tarot. And this is a typical textbook, I would say, because it's just a compilation of notes. So hopefully you can see, I mean, it's Hungarian, so you won't understand anyway, but as you can see, I was making a lot of notes during the course that I was taking. So I absolutely don't have a problem when, you know, it's a textbook, but for some reason, I would never be able to do that with something like this. And I always find it really interesting when someone can do that, because it just shows, you know, how different we are. Okay, another question that I have for you guys. Do you treat differently guidebooks for oracle decks and tarot? Because I do. And I'm just curious if other people do that too. Not because, you know, I don't think oracle decks are as good as tarot. Just, what is my phone doing? Oh, it's sun time, 1990. Okay. I used to highlight textbooks though. Yes, true, true. That's very true. I mean, I have a few university textbooks because I like the course, and you know, I have all my notes, even though I don't use them because, as usual, you learn a lot of useless thing in university. Yeah, I mean, I'm on my third version of my tarot notes, and I'm going to do a fourth one because I have issues. I mean, I copied everything into this really pretty, I mean, you know, I'm biased, but I made this cover and I was very pleased with it because it has a skull and it's a tarot, and all my notes are, you know, here and everything, and I handwritten everything, and then I was like, but I need Toma River paper, so I'm going to copy this one into my other. Hi Nancy, you're not late. So yeah, I have issues. And in a way that I tend to make notes from tarot books more seriously, or in a more serious way. I'm usually happy or satisfied with just reading through the Oracle deck's guidebook, because if the, you know, for an Oracle card, Oracle deck, if the keywords are good, I don't necessarily need the guidebook, I feel like. But with tarot, I find myself going back, and even if I use the deck a lot of times, if I put it away and I start working with it, I'm like, I can't really exactly remember what that specific deck creator said about a specific card. I go back and reread it. With Oracle, I usually just go through it, and you know, now that I do these 6 months in videos where I talk about decks which I use for a longer time, I make notes more seriously. But before that, I was just like, Oracle, bye. So yeah, that's what I, you know, meant, that because there might be people who treat the same way, treat the Oracle's guidebook the same way, and like I said, I'm not saying that they are not good or not well written. I'm just, it's interesting. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. For me, it's so much easier to be just like going with the feeling for an Oracle deck. I guess I'm more free with an Oracle deck. With tarot, I'm always feeling like, you know, the basic meanings are there and I want to be more specific with them. I guess that will, I mean, I hope that being so comfortable with tarot will come with time. So ask me in 10 years. If I be, I mean, hopefully I will be alive, but I'm not, you know, taking anything. I mean, I'm originally left-handed. I write with my right hand these days because when I was sick, the fine motor skills or whatever, you know, they are gone pretty much, and it just hurts my hand too much if I try to write with my left hand. So I'm by necessity using my right hand. But I'm just prefacing this because I never found easier to use, you know, anything. One of the side was always in the way. So, but I was an overhand writer. We have Nancy. Yes, I think I said hi, Nancy. Hi to Nancy. Right. Oh God, it's already 24 minutes in. I mean, I think I will make a lot of Lenormand notes as well, because that's really specific. With that, you have to be quite literal. So, you know, I can't just wing it. Hi, Pamela. Yes, let's say hi to Pamela. Yeah, awesome. That was such fun. I really like that boat party. If you guys haven't seen it, I think it's fun to rewatch. even though it's 6 hours. But bye, Sarah. I know you were gone, but bye. Okay. Hi, Regina. Yeah, I'm catching up. I don't know how people, handle a lot of people in the chat, because I have a hard time keeping up with you guys. Yes, exactly. I really like when they do that, when they take the time and they don't, they don't have to justify. I don't know, maybe some people are not comfortable sharing that because they think that the reason is too personal. I mean, I'm just, wondering, but I really appreciate, because that's their way into the deck that they created. And even if I don't agree with it, because I see something else, it adds to the usage of the deck. Because I don't have it at hand, but the Shadowscapes tarot is a really good example. That I've heard that there's an extended or different guidebook that you can buy separately, maybe, than the one that comes with it. But in the one that comes with the deck, there's nothing about the artwork, and it's just so full of little things that I'm really sad, because I feel like I'm missing out on some stuff, because I don't have that. And that's the reason, to be honest, why I'm going to buy the Deviant Moon big book at some point. But I just, I keep looking at the price and I'm like, later. I have a large tarot book that I made. Yeah, 2 pages. I mean, I'm on 4A5 for the majors. Yeah, exactly the one that I'm doing. Yes. It could be, but I think it's if it helps you to learn, because for me it helps if I write things down. Yes, some of us do that too. There's so many variations how to interpret tarot cards that a well-written guidebook can add layers to understand. Yes, exactly. That's why I don't really get it why people choose not to read it. Yeah, I kind of thinking about, I want to make mine, the new one, pretty, with using different inks and stuff. I know, but it's so expensive, especially now, because prices are going up from the 1st of July, which is like 3 days or something. But yeah, I think I'm going to get that for Christmas for myself or something. That's good as well. I mean, that's very reasonable. I don't know why I said that like that. Okay, and let's do the fun parts. So I have a few that I took out because I haven't worked with all of them, but there are some decks that I mean, there is one particularly that I bought for the guidebook, and there is one that I bought the kit version because of the guidebook, because I was told that the guidebook is best. So if you have recommendation, please throw them in the chat, or if you are so awesome, you can come back and comment down below. But I'm making notes, I'm trying to make notes, but maybe I will have to come back and do that. Okay, so you have the deck, the Divine Masculine, because I've seen the deck, but I missed that on the Kickstarter, and then I was like, I appreciate the deck, but it's not necessarily something that I need. So, like I said, Tarot of the Mermaid. If you don't have the deck and I think Scott said that he thinks he doesn't need it. I'm going to disagree with you, because the guidebook, I think it's worth it, because maybe for a seasoned reader, even though you could find extra stuff in it, but for a newbie, I think it's very nice and very useful, because it has such how to say this. I got different meanings for the cards that I got from from the ones that I read previously. But of course, you don't know which one I read previously. So yeah, I mean, but I can recommend the Mermaid Tarot. And I took out this one, the Light Series, because I want to retract my statement that I said in the 6 months in video, which I will redo, I think, because I have more of a constructed way of doing it these days than I did with the first one. And with the first one, when I said, you know, the 6 months in, I said that it's not good for newbies because the text part, which is, oh God, it comes here, starts here, and then it goes down. So it's not a lot of text, but that's kind of like a bit of too artistic for me, I guess. And where I made the mistake, because, you know, we make mistakes, that's a good question. I'm going to put it on soon. I was concentrating on the text instead of just going with the keywords. So I want to redo that video to tell that, yes, it's good for newbies, because if you're not an idiot like me, you can just, you know, stick to the keywords and work with those. Because what I was trying to do with this deck when I started to use it was I was trying to get the meaning from the text part, with, you know, the explanation part. And that's just not how you do it. Okay. Let's think about PDF books while I make the notes. Wildwood Tarot. I mean, I keep hearing about the Wildwood Tarot, but I looked it up and I just don't like it. I mean, the artwork doesn't speak to me. But there are totally decks that, you know, like I said, I bought because of the guidebook. And what I think about PDF guidebooks, honestly, I wish I could say that I'm as good as with physical ones, but I keep finding that I hate making notes from my computer. I prefer sitting over there, making notes, not here. It's just, you know, the space. But so I understand, because, you know, you can lessen the expense of a deck. But I wish that there would be an option, maybe. And I don't like to print them out, because that's just so much ink. Yeah, I like I think I will have to go back to the live series. So this was the one, the Heaven and Earth Tarot, that comes in different formats. There's just, you know, the small with the box and the small guidebook, but I bought the kit version specifically because I was told that, and I started working with it, but then winter passed and I was like, bye, it's a winter deck. So it doesn't explain everything that's going on with the cards, because it has a lot of Kabbalistic stuff in it, but it's a good, I was told it was better than the, you know, just a small one. Is it? Damn. So you think I should get it? Yeah, same. Yeah, and by the way, Scott, how do you like my t-shirt? just teasing. Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, I mean, a lot of people said that, you know, books will disappear as soon as Kindle and stuff like that is an option. And I have a Kindle. I love it. I used to be, you know, like, I'm never gonna get it because books, but I got one and it's awesome. But I still buy the books that I really love in physical format, because they're just not the same. Okay, another one. Integrate healing. On the Robin Hood, because then I will. I mean, yes, I do too. Hi, Jax. Hi. Let's say hi to Jax. And you guys go and watch her latest videos because she has 2 new videos up and she's finally posting. So let's encourage her to post more because we like Jax. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, another one that I picked this one up when I was, you know, a baby tarot reader, and I realized that I can't work with the Shadowland Tarot, which was my first. I mean, please do a VR if you think so. I'm all up for it, and we're gonna join soon. Okay, not the one that I went to. This was the one. Yes. So yeah, this was the one that I when I realized I couldn't work with the first one. I bought 2 decks, the Lysiers and the Wildwood, because I was like, 2 decks is going to be enough for me. Yeah, you can laugh amongst yourself. I mean, that shelf is completely empty. That's an illusion, and I still haven't started to work with it because it has its own system. But I heard so much good about it, and I started reading it. But I mean, this is going to be the second fall season when I have my fall autumn decks, and I will actually work with it. Hi, Jezebel. Is that your name or just a channel name? So yeah. Oops, the cards are loose because I threw out the thing. The one that I bought specifically for the guidebook was the Elemental Power Tarot, because Dustin from Modern Metaphysics, I mean, it's his fault. I mean, I saw the deck, and I heard about it, that it was good, but I was like, this is a Pippish deck. I don't need a Pippish deck because I'm sure I'm not going to be able to read with it. And exactly. I mean, it's like, oh, you're so cute. I mean, yeah, exactly. But because this has the Judgment card, which is my favorite Judgment card. And I trimmed the deck because it wasn't centered, and it was just driving me nuts that the image wasn't centered on the page, and the back looks amazing trimmed, and I think the front looks great as well, and I'm very proud of myself for this one. And yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, the guidebook. So I bought it for the guidebook. I haven't started working with it because all I did was just getting rid of the annoying and misaligned white borders, because this is how it comes originally, with these borders. And I wasn't, like, I need to get rid of it, but it was misaligned, so I had to. But this one is supposed to be very, very rich in symbolism, and it has some nice spreads, like the 5 as above, so below spread, which I haven't tried because, like I said, I haven't worked with it. And interestingly, it's like a Celtic cross, I think. I mean, it looks like a Celtic cross. It's called the level 10 card spread, Levels of Consciousness. But it has a very nice table for all the meanings with the cards and symbols. And why am I holding it in such a weird way? Yes, let's do it. We like modifying decks. And I don't know why I'm using the Royal We. I don't think I'm using the Royal We. I think I'm using it for us. This is the Elemental Power Tarot. This one. And I mean, just what I was asking. So this is the difference between the compared to the Mermaid guidebook, because the text is there's a lot of text, but the font is small, and they don't have such a lot of extra white space around the text. So it fits in a much smaller box, which is, I think, really cool. But I was thinking I'm showing this one for the Oracle because, I don't want to just say that, only tarot books have great guidebooks, because that's not true. And this is one of my really favorite, one of my actually most used Oracle decks, even though I mean, every card has that face in it, which I really don't get. Why do you have to add that creepy face? But I like the way that it's set up, because it has an essential meaning. So, just a few, just like one or two sentences, or just words. So if you just need a quick glance through what it means, then you can go with that. But there's a longer oracle's message, which is a general meaning for the card. There's a separate one, but not different meaning, just tailored to relationship and finance or prosperity. And there's one protection when it comes up reversed, which is usually the opposite meaning of the card. So I think it's very well written. That's a good question. For me, it's not important. I have a lot of stuff. I like condensed text. For me, that works better, because then I can have them, one card meaning, I can have it on one page, and I don't have to just, switch to. Yeah. I think you bought it because of me. I'm not surprised you have so many new decks to play with. Yeah, you would love. Do you have the Mermaid Tarot, by the way? Because then you would love this one. It's good if you use it to study your deck without actually having the deck with you, I guess. Oh, I didn't know that there were such things. I almost gave it away, but then I was like, but I like using it, just because it's it's not my favorite. I don't have to get rid of it, because I had a moment of insanity when I was thinking like I don't need a bigger collection. It's gone. I'm not saying you shouldn't downsize if you don't want to. You should do what you want to do. And I don't have. Do I? I don't. I have the cards here. Oh. Because this is another one that I modified. Gilded. Oh, I thought that it was something, even more special than than I knew. Okay. Yeah. True. So because I chopped off this deck to a size that I could work with as well, because I have really small hands and I need to hold the cards like that. So this was something that I modified as well, and now I keep them in this skull bag, which I originally made for some other deck. The black, no, not Black Mirror, because that's not a deck yet, the Dark Mirror. But I put everything back into the box, so I have a bunch of bags now that I don't know what to do with. Okay, so we have another recommendation. Goliath. I keep running into that deck, but isn't that the Goliath is the one where it's in a weird or different landscape orientation? Also, can you still buy the first edition? Just curious. Listen. Yeah, that's so nice of you. Thank you. I really like the fabric. I mean, scarves. Something that is new, and I impulse bought this one. I mean, I wanted the Llewellyn. Oh, I forgot. How do you say that? I watched Simon's stream the other day with when you did the, what was that called? When you went back and did a review after quite a while during quarantine. I just saw it a few days ago, but the name completely escapes me. But I watched that video, and it has to, like Welsh people say the first double L differently. And it made sense to me how it was said. Throwback Thursday, yeah, that was the one. I'm just, yeah, I mean, that's just too logical. I mean, I was like that too. I mean, I didn't toss them, fortunately, but I was like, I'm not going to keep them because in boxes, because then I have to do more to get the deck out. But then I was like, I'm running out of space, so I had to put them back into boxes so I can stack them up. And that shelf is starting to be a bit too small as well. But so back to the deck, because oh my god, there's not a lot of time yet left. I wanted this deck because dragons. I mean dragons. I have completely not guidebook related, but I have this Welsh gift shop. I don't know if it's going to focus or not, but it has a Welsh dragon, and it's a fountain pen, and I modified it to a stub. And it's not a very well-made fountain pen, but it has dragon Welsh dragons. And I bought the deck because it was already, it was used, it was trimmed. And I just thought, I just peeked into the guidebook, but I think that this one is really nice as well. So I have, like I said, I have a few that I haven't worked with, but I started reading the guidebooks and I know that I would recommend them. Just like this one, which was already recommended. And I also modified it, and I need a darker black because the gold gilding was cutting into my head, oh god. But this one is also, I mean, it has colors and it's full of text. So this is awesome because it's, it's not just, there's a description, and it's more of like a little story about, the cards, this whole part. So it's not just like, oh, there's a two-headed strength card, and, go figure. And there are keywords, there's a message, and there are also reflections, which some people really like using for journaling. I'm too lazy for that. But this is also one that I'm hoping that I can go through this winter, because I started reading it through, but I haven't finished yet, and it looks like a good one. Yes, and it looks so nice. The Shadowland is definitely getting promotion. So yes, anyone, this is the one that I want to say. Anyone, heatwave brain. Anyone who has a recommendation, please throw them in the chat, or if you're coming in later, please comment down below, because I will try to keep track of them. Oh, and you can do a VR, because Gerard said that this could be a topic for VR. So if you don't want to leave a comment, but you would like to talk about good ones, please do so, because I would love to see them. And another one which I started reading too, but the season passed and I had new decks to play with, was the Darkwood Tarot, which I won at the Tarot Times stream. the lovely Elle sent me the book, which and the deck, which I, you know, kind of wanted, but I was like, I don't need it, so, you know, let's not buy it, because, you know, I don't want it for sure. And then I was like, yeah, I want it. So, and this is another, it's kind of similar to the mermaid one, as in there are definitely space left for just nothing. I mean, they could have made it smaller and less heavier, I guess. I mean, it looks like an actual book, which could be a selling point for, you know, some people, but I mean, I'm not, I don't require decks and boxes of decks to be so heavy, because it goes on my shelf, and I'm just kind of worried that after a while the shelf is going to be like, bye. We don't want that. So yeah, I think I went through all my, yes, all mines, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but can you see the moon card here? This week's card in the Hermit's Cave, you know, weekly post is the moon, and I'm not lying. I just randomly pulled a card before the stream, just for the stream, and we got the moon, you guys, which I don't know how I feel about it. Yes, I wanted to ask, how do you guys, did I ask? I can't remember. If you, I don't think I asked. If you guys keep your guidebooks with decks, or and do you keep it all the time, or do you do what I do, that take out the deck and the book with it if you use it, and then just file it away for later? Because I guess if the guidebook is good, you can, you know, leave the guidebook out and use it separately as well. Yeah, not the one. This one. Yeah, I mean, that's why I went back to the boxes, because they can, you know, be easily more stocked than the bags were. Plus, I have a very limited supply of fabrics, because our fabric store didn't get a lot of new kind of fabrics since the whole pandemic started. So I couldn't find really specific fabrics for different decks. So after a while, I was like, but I don't want to put it in just a plain blue or black. Oh, did you keep it, or because of the guidebook? Sorry, or did you get rid of it? I don't think you get rid of it. Which one? If you don't mind me asking. I don't think I've seen it. You still have it, okay. I can't believe that's all. Hi, MA. I hope I'm saying that right. I just wanted to say that I can't believe we're almost at an hour. Ooh, that's nice. I really like, you know, watching videos about how people store their collections as well. I really like collection videos, because I just like watching people being excited for decks, you know, that they already have. Or, you know, when people are like, oh, I forget about this one, and they do that several times in a video. I really enjoy that. I don't know why. Let's say hi. Did we say hi to Emmy? Yes, we're saying hi. Oh, the Shadowland, really? Interesting. You need to change your mind. Okay, so any recommendations before we wrap things up? We have a few, and I will add mine as well to the list, and I'm going to copy the link to Richard's, no, not Richard's, Gerald's stream. Heat wave brain, I can't function. I mean, Scott, you don't have enough decks yet. I think you said like you have like 150 something. So, you know, there's still place to buy if you want. So, any last minute recommendations? It can be, you know, Oracle deck as well. So yeah, I forgot to say that you don't need to recommend tarot guidebooks. If you have a really cool Oracle deck with a really cool guidebook, I think we have video proof of that somewhere. You know, that's the beauty of being part of the community. People remember stuff like that. We like huge guidebooks. I mean, if it's packed with new information. I still need to get it. I keep forgetting that you can get the Everyday Witch guidebook in a digital form, because I bought the mini and I don't really use it because it's just too small. But I'm always, you know, like, should I get the full size? But that wouldn't be a completely new deck. So I always choose something else. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't figured that out by now, I have issues. Do Scorpios are like that? I mean, our Scorpios are like that. I'm not even gonna say anything. All I know about Scorpios is that they are supposed to be, I think, the sign that Aquarius never, you know, connects with. I mean, when I was, you know, growing up and watching those videos, that was always like, you will never be friends with a Scorpio and stuff like that. And I'm not kidding. I have 3 very, very close personal friends, best friends, and even more, like one of them is like family. No, pretty much all of them is like my family, and they are all Scorpios. So we have a question. I absolutely hate it. I didn't know that there is not, you know, there isn't gonna be anything, not even a little white book. There's nothing with the Everyday Witch mini, because I guess they assume that if you bought the mini, you have the original one. I don't know, but I was really disappointed because there's a lot of extra stuff going on in the cards, and now I'm kind of feel like they are forcing me to buy the big one. And, you know, I bought the mini for a reason. So I'm, even though, yeah, there's the app which should have the guidebook, but, you know, it's an app, it's not a book. So I mean, I'm more than slightly disappointed, because I think it's not fair. I mean, if they offer the deck in different sizes, you should have the option to choose. And if they limit your, you know, options with the guidebook, they kind of limiting your choice. Yes, but even if it's a clone, sometimes the artwork has some extra information that would be in a guidebook. So I guess I'm just, you know, greedy. But oh, it's almost 8, so let's say goodbye, guys. Let's get rid of this one. As per usual, really thank you so much for everyone who joined and who, you know, just allowed my heat wave brain to try to catch up with what I'm trying to say. And thank you for the recommendations and, you know, just being here, because this is so much fun and I'm really enjoying myself, because I know that you guys are gonna be here. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in Hermit Maid's stream, which I posted the link previously. And if you're watching the replay, then you can still watch that replay as well. So Thank you. And I think okay, let's say bye. Work. Oh, work. I'm already like, yeah. Oh, yes. And if you can do that, because that helps my channel. I mean, I have a small channel, so everything like comments and shares and likes help. I'm gonna stop because, yeah. Thank you so much. Bye.